Hey everybody, how y'all doing tonight? Happy Thanksgiving. Got Ragnar, Daniel, Benjamin, Sharon. It's so good to see y'all. Is everybody in a food coma? Um, we had ours yesterday because all my kids had to work today. And let's see, I think we were only missing one of my kids and two grandkids that no, one grandkid that didn't come. So there was a house full, a lot of food. Everybody pitched in and made something, and it was a lot of fun. Some of us kind of stay outside or away. It gets a little hectic, but my mom and stepdad were able to be there, so I'm thankful for that. What are y'all thankful for? I'm telling you, I wish people would pay attention more when they're driving. Just within that 25 miles, we had so many fatalities. It was horrible. We had to take a detour to get back home. Thankful for this community. Amen, Sharon. I agree. I thought I'd just go live for anybody that was um, just alone or hurting or just wanting to wind down from all the hoopla. I think Dee was live sharing her Thanksgiving dinner. Of course, they're 2 hours ahead of us, so or behind. Well, no, anyway, it's earlier. So, and then I think I saw, I don't know, but um, I had a Rush Limbaugh clip sent to me about the real Thanksgiving, and I posted that on my community page. Larry's too. Good to see you. Amen. I'm thankful for that too. We were praying that everybody got to the dinner safely and got home safely. Some of them had to drive 2 hours. And I guess the rural roads, people think that they can just get out there and go 100 miles an hour and not worry about anything. And it just, that's not the way it works. That's my daughter came and picked up my granddaughter after work a while ago, and I've been texting her, "Have you made it home okay?" Because she was kind of freaked out after seeing that there were several accidents and they were really bad. We had two life flights that landed in the highway between here and her house for one of the accidents. It was really bad. Someone is missing here. There's a lot of people missing here. And Benjamin, it's always good to see you. Here you might have company. Strawberry jam. Oh, that sounds good. It's good to see you, Marshmallow Man. Yeah, I figured anyone who's usually on panel with me is probably busy with their families and doing dinners. So it's just me, as far as I know. In that um, clip that I put on the community page from Rush, he was, it was pretty interesting, really. If y'all get a chance to watch it, um, I've never seen it. Y'all may have because y'all are researching him always. Happy Thanksgiving, KY Moon. It's good to see you. Um, but he was talking about the pilgrims, and we know that they left um, England, I think, because of religious reasons. And that when they first got there, they made someone a governor. And what they tried in the beginning was everyone gets this much land and do what you want to with it. If you want to open a business, if you want to, whatever, it's yours to do what you want. And so uh, there wasn't any prosperity. And um, it was the first introduction to socialism here, is how he was explaining it. And so if you get a chance, go listen to it. I mean, it's pretty interesting to see that what people will do with an incentive and what they won't do when there is no incentive. There you go. There is too. We have a lot of, I've been seeing so many channels saying that they have taken their channels down, or YouTube has taken their channels down, and that they're just like, it's just too much trouble. We don't know. Well, here, I think we've talked about everything, and so far, so good. Knock on wood, praise God. Oh, that's good. Good, good to hear that. Yes, it's always good to have company. I've been getting text messages from all my friends and family. Are you leaving us, Ragnar? Thank you. And you have a happy Thanksgiving. So, what do y'all want to talk about? I did, I saved one of the little clips. I was sharing it with my granddaughter while she was here. She's 5. So I'm trying to, poor thing, cram all this into her head and about the real meaning of things. And um, so our community, they go a little nuts during the holidays. And so tomorrow night is fireworks and the lighting of the lights. And when they light up the lights, we can be 10 miles out and see the glow. It's that bright. And then Saturday night they have a parade, and um, I think they still do it. And I know when I had the Girl Scouts, we did it. They have the nonprofits in the town. We'd set up booths and serve food, all kinds of food, every kind of food you can think of. And the longest line, of course, was for the um, Lions Club burgers and the funnel cakes. Everyone loves funnel cakes. John Denning, good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving to you. I'm going to put the link in case there's anybody out there that has time to come up and chat. Yeah, the kids have to work all weekend, but I think they're gonna. I know my daughter's gonna perform. Anaconda, good to see you. Um, she does hula hoop dancing with the light up hoops, and I think she's even gonna do the fire hoops, and so she'll be down there performing Friday and Saturday night. No fireworks unless I get creative. Yeah, they turn it into a big O, and the traffic is horrible. So this year they're talking about making everybody park at the fairgrounds, and that's a pretty good walk to the courthouse. We'll see how it works out. I don't know. In all the years we've been doing this, there's been one person that got run over, but they'll cross the highway. They don't care without even looking. And of course, they're mostly dressed in black coats. I don't know. It's. I just don't even go. I don't go near the town when it's on the weekends because it's just too crazy. And it would just break my heart to run over anybody. They were okay. The person that got run over, but still, it would be not something I want to experience. So I'm hoping that Christmas is just going to be calm and I'm kind of keeping Santa Claus out of it here at my house. I just really want them to go back to the traditional meanings of things. Hey, Andy, happy Thanksgiving to you. It's good to see you. I think a lot of our problems is letting everything get so commercialized and bringing all these beliefs to the kids that may not have been so good, like the tooth fairy and Santa Claus. And it's, I don't know, is it just me or does it seem like it's made the kids more unappreciative because they get way too much? You go into a child's room now and it's like toys everywhere. And I don't know that that's such a good thing. And then the way they act. Of course, my granddaughter, she stayed in her room most of the night watching TV until it was time for the meal. Ronan, happy Thanksgiving. I don't know if y'all can see the link. I'm going to post it again. I understand, Indy. Goodness. Just, that's what I'm doing. And I don't even have kids and toys here. It's what I thought I had to have. And I'm realizing I don't need this much stuff. It's just stuff. And looking at my mother's house, just every inch of it has something there, and it's just got trails where you walk. It's not quite that bad, but it's still just thinking about having to get rid of all that. I'm tired just looking at it. Meet Puppet, good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. I agree, Sharon. It's but and so should it be more private? Do you think? Like it's I mean, it's the date we've chosen, December 25th. So um, should be a day to celebrate his birthday, but more like in praising and um, just thankful for all the blessings that we have received. It's a blessing that we can get together right here. It's That's what I used to do, John Dunning, and the kids would get so mad. And I said, "Hey, you want to go to school in rags, or do you want some new clothes? And Christmas is when you get them. It's just the way it is." Hey, Bruce, good to see you. I hope you're doing okay. Jumped. Yes, appreciate your family always. There you go, hilarious too. Catherine, happy Thanksgiving. It's good to see you. Yeah, homemade anything is better to me. Um, I think I've said before, I make my kids goodie bags, and they're all happy with that. I love to bake cookies and little loaves of bread, pumpkin bread, and banana nut bread. Lady Smith, happy Thanksgiving to you. Grateful. Awesome. And happy Thanksgiving, Catherine, if I didn't say it. Everybody's too full or pooped to talk, huh? That's all we can do, Bruce. Get better physically and spiritually, mentally, in every way each day. Just keep trying to do better and get better. Artist and poet, so good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for stopping in. You've been putting out quite a few things lately, I've seen. Good job. Yeah, I'll check out all these amazing channels. The artist and poet. She does poetry. She does stories. She does paintings. She's just a world of talent over there. Yeah, Bruce. Yeah, I finally got the girls quiet. I think they're all settled down, hopefully. They might come busting in, hollering about something. My phone's quit going off. Excuse me just 1 second. Okay. Grab me another bottle of water and the bag makes noise. Yes, I saw the new pups. Was it? Let me think. Let me think. Oh, I even put a comment in there with their names. Wyatt and oh my goodness, I cannot remember the other one's name. They're adorable. There's a neat puppet. Piper, that's it. Thank you. There you are.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Another day in church.
Oops. You having some internet issues or hitting the wrong button?
No, it cut out for a second, but we're good. I can
Uh,
hear
yeah, last
you.
I didn't have internet and
Maybe you'll get a few more people like Rabbit or whoever to come up so I don't fall asleep this time.
yeah, I muted you so that you wouldn't be
Uh oh,
embarrassed.
Robot's back.
You're jumping around like rabbits does.
Well, you were cutting out there all robot for a minute, but
Yeah, and sometimes that's I don't know how my internet's sounding because most of the day today I didn't have internet either, and I had planned days ago to go live tonight for anyone who just wanted to visit or whatever. Didn't know if there would be any other lives. I know a lot of people are busy with their families. And so then I saw no internet, so I put it on my community page, and then it just came on about 3 hours ago. Well, right whenever I set this up, I can't remember how long ago it was. And
nice.
I
Well, at
was
least
like,
it came back
okay,
on.
yes, yeah, because we were able to. Um, my granddaughter's hooked on Stuart Little right now. Did you ever watch that movie?
Yeah, I've seen the Stuart Little movie. Yeah.
Yep. We,
Excuse me.
we watched one the other
Hmm.
day, and then we watched two. Then she said,
Hey, Chuck.
"What-
Happy Thanksgiving, Chuck. Sorry, Bonnie. Go
"Where's
ahead.
number three?" And I said, "I don't think there's a number three." But
For
Chuck,
Stuart Little, no, there was only the two, if I remember correctly.
yeah,
Nice to see Chuck for a minute in the chat.
yes, it is. Happy Tuesdays.
Yep. Happy Turkey Day to you too, Chuck.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. Oh, he's got company right now. I figured a lot of people would be busy.
Well, I'm only busy because I'm out on the road, not because I'm at home or anything. Although I'm parked right now. I just finished driving for the day. And of course, nothing went according to plan as per usual.
Did you get you a Thanksgiving dinner somewhere?
No, because normally I get my payroll. The normal payday for my company is Friday. The payroll company we use releases it on Thursday. So instead of getting paid today because it's a holiday and the idiots in payroll decided to not send it a day early, I have to wait till tomorrow morning. I did have some normal. I had some normal food, but no Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay. That's
Excuse me.
yesterday I watched a video. Okay, artist and poet. Sounds good. Um I watched a video, this little elderly man, it may have been even the day before, and he was, I don't know how I found him or subbed to him, but I'm subbed to him. And so he popped up and he was eating his Thanksgiving meal and he was talking about Hungry Man dinners, and he had Hungry Man holiday dinner that had the turkey and dressing, and um, I think it had a little brownie or something in it, and then
Interesting.
got a whoops, then he got a Hungry Man chicken dinner, and it had the chicken and mashed potatoes. He got the 4 for $2 biscuits, and he was drinking coffee and grape juice, I think. And he's just sitting there eating and talking and happy as could be with his little Hungry Man dinners. And the kids, they were all like, my daughter hosted dinner at her house, and she saw how much work it was, even though each of us were bringing things. You know, you got to get your house just right. And she made everybody dress up, her family, and then she was she was doing a lot of work, and so they had decided next year. They said we're just going out to eat, and I said, well, let me know where you find it's open to go eat turkey dinner. And then I told them about the Hungry Man dinners, and I said, hey, it could work. He seemed really happy with them.
Oh, now you're back. You were cut out for the whole last minute and a half.
Oh, goodness. Was I cut off from all of y'all in chat, too? I'm just wondering if it's my connection or yours. Cracker Barrel. See, and if we do something like
Yeah,
that,
Moon Cracker Barrel was open. There's a few other places like that were open for drivers or people out on the road.
so for something like that, we got to drive an hour or more to get to one of those. So, um, and after what we saw last night, I really don't want to drive like that. Brew, good to see you. Okay, Meat Puppet, it's just your internet connection. That's what they're saying, I guess. Yeah, I made the cornbread dressing and the fruit salad was what I was in charge for. Of I was probably supposed to be in charge of the candied yams because that was the only thing missing. But there was so much food. We were sending plates home with everybody.
Okay, well now
And we didn't get the giblet gravy because my daughter had the turkeys smoked at um, our barbecue place, and so I didn't have stuff to make the giblets, and I had to make the gravy too when I got to her house. Nobody else would make it. Well, I don't know who that was that just popped in and out real quick. Y'all have fun, Chuck. Thank you for coming by. Tell everybody happy Thanksgiving for me, please. Yeah, we didn't have no corn. Didn't do macaroni and cheese either. We do it's called green rice. It's broccoli and rice and um, cheese whiz.
Okay. Sorry about that. I couldn't hear anything in the last 2 minutes. I think I know why. I was running a VPN. I think my VPN was screwing stuff up, I think.
Okay.
So I shut it off.
Well, hopefully it'll work now.
Well, it's the internet. I don't expect much, but yeah, it probably will.
Yeah. Tom, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Good old West Virginia. Did y'all watch any of the parades?
Mm-mm.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Nope. Missed the parades. I was driving all day.
I didn't watch any of them either. I just saw a couple of clips from the news, and I'm just shocked. That's all. I'm just shocked that all for his kingdom. It's so good to see you, Jim. I'm gonna put the link again.
If oil wasn't
If
so
anyone
dang.
else,
Sorry, go ahead. What were you saying?
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I was just going to say if oil wasn't so expensive, I'd cook up some deep fried turkey this weekend to make up for not having it today.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Sharon Santa Claus. I saw that, John. Protesters glued themselves to the street.
Well, and there, what was it? There was that one idiot who blew himself and maybe one other person up at the Canadian border over there by Niagara Falls.
Yes, I heard about that.
There's still not
That's
a lot
kind
of
of
detail.
a
That was a big mess. There's
yeah,
still not a lot of details right now, but
yeah, a lot of questions about that
yeah.
one.
The only thing we
Oh
know
my
is there was a
goodness.
car that blew up and there's some dead people.
Yeah,
At least one, maybe two.
and well, at first it was conflicting on which way they were headed, from
They still
Canada
don't
into the
know, as far
U.S.
as
or from
I don't think they ever sorted that out. Excuse me.
yeah,
And then there was like one guy on Telegram who said, "Oh, they found an Iranian passport," but no one else reported that. So I'm like, well, so we know there's a toasted car with at least one dead guy.
Iranian.
Well,
Is
that
that
was
what you said?
yeah, an Iranian passport found next to the burned car, but there's been no confirmation of that. That's all speculation.
Yeah. Lake, it's good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. Um, and hilarious too. That's 1 year we did do that. HEB is our biggest grocer, and they will do a meal for you, and
HEB, is that like a safe?
it's
Your version of like a Safeway or Bucky's or something?
no, it's a
Excuse me.
big grocer. The everything that that the HEB brand of everything
Mm-hmm.
is from Texas, and if we have
Oh,
any kind
okay.
of disasters,
Yeah, so it's more.
emergencies, they're are the first ones rolling with
I
water,
got
with
you.
whatever's.
So
Yeah,
yeah, so it's like a
they're
Safeway then, because Safeways are more local to like Colorado and some western states.
oh
You only
okay.
see them. You only see them in select places.
They have
Kind
great
of like Bucky's in the south
skills.
or
They
Tim Hortons up north.
well, Bucky's is more a truck
Excuse
stop.
me. Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, and this is a full grocery. They have deals every week in their weekly ads. Like um, they'll put 5 things together for $19, and it's a full meal. It's a meat and sides, and then
Nice.
a dessert is usually like ice cream or something like that. Yeah,
Huh. Interesting.
they're a really
Hey,
good.
hey, Papa Two Bears, is
They've
that
been around.
confirmed information or is that just speculation?
See, that's what I had heard, that it was an elderly couple. I
Well,
don't
it
know.
would. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't had time to look into it, so I don't know what the newest updates are. To be honest with you.
Blessings to you too, like.
Although I saw
Yeah.
the video clips and a still picture in it, they jumped that 8 foot fence. I think it was,
Well, see, that's
or a
in,
6 foot fence. They hit something and it went up in the air and flipped and then just exploded.
and I heard that it exploded like in midair. And so I
Well,
wonder if
it
it was,
was the explosion happened after it hit the ground. It did go midair and then when it crashed, it just exploded.
was it a
It,
EV?
Well, I don't know. There was some speculation on one live stream I was on. We thought it could have been an Audi, like a
I
RS8, or
wrote.
just something like that.
Hey
Pop Two Bear
everybody.
said hello. Said something about a Bentley. So I don't know if they've confirmed what kind of car it was or not.
Bentley. What in the world? Oh, goodness. I don't know. So, how's your
Okay.
day, Ronan?
Pretty good.
Good.
It was a nice and sunny day out, so I went out, split a bunch of wood. It was feeling good, so got that
There you go.
done, and then made some homemade mac and cheese. A little bit of spice in it. It's really
Yeah,
good.
Speaking of homemade
there you
mac and
go.
cheese, have you had mac and cheese from a Cracker Barrel like in the southern states, like Kentucky, Tennessee, somewhere?
No.
Oh, their mac and cheese from those places, especially anywhere south of those areas. I had one. I stopped at a Cracker Barrel near a TA over near Knoxville, Tennessee, and I gotta say their mac and cheese was pretty good.
I put a little chili pepper in mine. Give a little
Oh,
spice,
look,
give a little
little
heat.
spice it up, huh?
Yep. I like that.
Nothing,
Put a
nothing
Not
wrong with
kick
that, I
in
guess.
it. Very good. Yeah, I've heard people doing um, like paprika or just like they do on the deviled eggs. They had deviled eggs too. One of the kids made deviled eggs.
I used my own blend of peppers that I grew and dehydrated. Then I ground it all up into a powder. So
Oh,
it's
right on.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
it's kind of like they're actually chili peppers, and then there's some sweet peppers in there too. So you still kind of have that pepper flavor, but not like set your mouth on fire.
Right. So it's more like a banana pepper to go with the chili powder kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe. Then you got to add a lot of butter and cheese. And I made it on top of my wood burning stove, which is kind of cool. I always like doing stuff like that on there. Easy stuff that
Yeah.
boil some noodles, melt some cheese and butter in there, and it's
You,
cool.
do you have a Dutch oven? A cast iron Dutch oven?
Yeah, it's I have a couple. I guess this one that I use, it's a 1 quart, so it's like an individual serving, but it's like a pretty good sized portion. One
Right. No.
little guy.
The reason I mention is because when I was in Boy Scouts, we used to take a cast iron Dutch oven, hang it over the fire, and we would make caramel brownies in the cast iron Dutch oven.
I was thinking of baking an apple in there with some brown sugar and some other stuff,
Oh,
but
I
I
love that.
I just didn't do it. I ate the mac and cheese and got full, got lazy, cracked a beer, said Happy Thanksgiving. I was good enough.
Right.
Yeah. Who just said that? John. One of those cars that can be remote controlled. That's what I
Yeah.
had heard was one of the self-driving cars, and so it could have been anything mechanical gone wrong with it that it just took off like it did, or yeah, I don't trust them. I think that is the worst thing they could make is a self-driving vehicle. Who's in control? Not you.
Yeah. Most of the time, no, unless you override the auto drive.
Yeah, I don't even use cruise control. Never have, never will.
No, I do. I use cruise. I don't mind using cruise control. It just depends on the conditions of the highway where I'm at.
I
Yeah,
use cruise control.
you
I love
do.
it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, my kids love it too, and I just nope.
I'm
I want.
I'd get tickets. I think I'd get too many speeding tickets if I didn't use the cruise control on the highway.
Mm-mm. I had an uncle, great uncle, and it was probably when they first came out with cruise control, and he was coming into town where I grew up, and when he tapped the brake to release it,
Hmm.
somehow it stuck, and his brakes just went like full down. He flipped his car anyway. It was, and that's when I was all, nope, not using it. And it, also, you just, no, anything can go wrong with it. I want to be in control.
Well, there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff, whether you're in control or not, that could go wrong. So, I mean, having control is great,
Yeah,
but at the same time,
I just, that brake and the gas pedal, that's all I need. I drove a stick till just about 15 years ago, and then I decided I was
well, driving a
tired of doing
manual
it. So I said,
got tired.
okay, it's automatic.
See, now I don't mind driving if it's wintertime. Driving a manual transmission is good because it gives you more control. But if you're in
Yes,
a lot of stop and go rush hour style traffic, automatic is way better.
yes. And that's, I have rolled back into somebody at a stoplight.
Well, I mean, sure, things like that
Accident,
could happen.
let my foot go up, and
Excuse me.
but it didn't do anything to either of our vehicles. And he was just laughing and told me to go on. And I said, okay.
Right.
That's why I gotta leave space between you and the car in front of you, especially on a
Well,
hill.
Yeah.
but that's the problem. People don't. They think they think it's all about them, and by cutting people off and switching lanes all the time, they think they get there faster. When in reality, they don't.
I agree
Yes.
with that. Yeah, and that's the problem. Even when it's bad weather and you're trying to drive around, it's the other drivers all acting a fool and sliding around. And
Yes. That's even after that accident that was so bad last night, and we detoured. And when we came back out on the highway, um, we just passed that accident. You could still see all the emergency vehicles and the helicopters. And this person in this little bitty car was in the left-hand lane going about 40 miles an hour. And
Was that the van that got sandwiched between two semis?
I'm not sure. I didn't. We detoured far enough back that we didn't have to see any of the vehicles or anything
Well,
close up.
the reason I asked is there was a report I saw recently or a video, either Facebook or YouTube. There was some van, like an Amazon style delivery van, something like that size, was tailgating too close to a semi truck. The driver stopped, had to get on his brakes real quick, and another semi and the van were following too close, and you end up with a van sandwiched between two tractor trailers.
Yes, you cannot stop the semi.
Crumpled up, crumpled up quite severely.
Oh my goodness, that's terrible.
I mean, severely enough that there was probably no more from front to back of the vehicle was only a couple feet long.
Yeah, I all I saw was that it was multiple vehicles, 5 patients with fatalities,
Ooh, that fatalities is never good.
and we had 3 accidents like that in that 25-mile radius. Just
That's just
not.
because people, in my opinion, should everyone when you get your license, you should be required to have a certain number of hours at a driving school, a professional driving school, to learn how to properly and somewhat professionally operate your motor vehicle.
Yeah.
Because it takes 200 to 300 yards to stop a semi truck, depending on whether we're empty or loaded, and how
Yes.
much freight
And
or rain.
it's a semi, a fire truck full of water, and trying to stop that thing quick, it's not going to happen. And that's why you can run
We
the red
we don't
lights.
do semi trucks. Don't do fender benders.
Yeah.
If you want your trunk up against your dashboard, okay, we can do that.
Yeah. I don't know,
But yeah, people definitely got to get better training when it comes to learning how to drive.
yeah.
you know, they moved a lot of dates back as far as like, I think you have to be 21 now to buy tobacco, and they're changing laws on firearms and stuff all the time. They don't touch
Yes.
driving.
Yeah, but
They still let 16-year-olds drive, from what I understand.
Yes.
well, that's the whole problem. Is you let a 16-year-old drive with insufficient training, and then wonder why there's a lot of accidents.
They get, I did the parent talk with my kids, and I was shocked. It's like, I think it's 6 hours driving time. And I was I'm not following that. Whatever the
Right.
training was, I was like, no, that's not even near enough. And I didn't let them get their license until they could have their permit so that they could drive with me to learn. But I didn't let them get their license until they were 18.
See, I had a chance to get mine when I was 16, but the way things played out, I ended up waiting until I was 18 to actually get it.
Yeah.
I was driving stuff on the farm and even the truck and stuff way before 16. And because I'm not saying it's not necessarily an age thing, it's definitely a mindset. I'd want to say a lot of the accidents I see around aren't necessarily young people. Luckily, I haven't seen many at all. But I think part of it is just we get too busy. And really, personally, it's the cell phones. If you ask me, it's like almost 100% of the, now obviously that's an exaggeration, but a lot of the accidents I've seen, someone had their face in their cell phone, wasn't paying attention to what they were doing.
I mean, cell phones are a big part of that. Yeah, being a driver out here all on the
Yes.
highway all the time, cell phones is a big part. The other part is they get in a rush and they don't drive for the conditions that you're in. Most people get in their cars, they shut their brain off, and then act like it's all about them, and they're the only one that matters. And then they're all shocked when they have a wreck.
Oh, I know.
Like, well, Becky, if you weren't busy texting, trying to put your clothes on, and driving too fast for the conditions, maybe you would have been able to avoid the accident.
Yeah. Everyone's always in a hurry to get wherever they're going. I've seen them.
Well, it's not just women. I see guys too. I just use it as an example, but
I've seen them just flying and then turn into the Dollar General, and I'm like, "What's at the Dollar General? That's the emergency."
I
Nothing.
love it. I love it when you're on the highway and they like hurry up and fly by you, pass you just to take the exit right up ahead.
yep.
And slam on the brakes in front of you. Yes.
Yeah.
Coming out of Austin, that's the way it is, and there are so many wrecks right there doing that. People doing that because they have, when you come out of Austin, then there's some convenience stores on the right. About every mile, there's another one, and that's what people will do. And
That's
I
down
was,
there on what, Interstate 10?
that's on
That runs between Houston and Austin.
10 doesn't go into Austin. 290. And 35. 35 goes through Austin.
Right, but if you're running east-west, though, 10 does go right over to. Oh no, that's San Antonio. Sorry,
Yes.
I was thinking of San Antonio. Sorry,
Houston. Yeah.
right
That's
area,
okay.
wrong highway.
Oh my goodness, hilarious too. What state is it? Most corrupt in America?
Well, it's either Illinois or California would be my guess.
I was thinking Illinois, to be honest.
I was born and have lived in Illinois all my life, and these politicians are more corrupt than most criminals would even step back and be like, man, that's just a bit too far.
They don't call it the Windy City because of the weather.
No, it's all the. Well, never mind.
Well, look who they got.
I just know.
Obama, Blagojevich, like just a token, you know.
Oh, Georgia. Yeah, Georgia's pretty well up there. I know my son-in-law hates driving with me in the car because I'm saying, do you have a driver's license? I am just on him.
You're right, Benjamin. He does. Sorry,
he's
go
one
ahead.
of those tailgaters. He will get
tailgaters.
Yes, and I'm
there's a solution for that.
Yeah,
unfortunately, yeah. Well, you can slap him, sure, but the faster solution would just be brake check him and set him into the barrier.
Well, I'm not in front of him, but that's his excuse. Well, they're just driving too slow. Well, that doesn't matter. You adjust. I think that's maybe that's the key, is people don't know how to adjust to what's going on around them.
Right.
I don't
They
know.
should
Can you
anyway.
gentlemen excuse me for just 1 second?
Sure.
It's
Y'all
not
can
too
keep
bad around
talking.
here with driving. Everyone seems to be pretty courteous, even on the highways. I mean,
People courteous on the highways?
yeah, like
Surely you jest.
I don't really drive all that much, but like I hit up 70, 75, as far as
Oh, okay. So
highway,
I got you. So you're in the somewhat nicer areas where people still have a few manners.
I would say, yeah. And I mean, like you get on there and go. You don't waste time. The speed limit's suggestion. You don't pay attention to that. You go with the flow, and you have no problem.
Right.
But
Yeah.
when that's construction and that just slows everything down, then people get grumpy, dude.
Yeah, construction is really annoying. But yeah, sadly though, most people just can't drive for crap. But yeah. Yes, they do, Carol. Yes, they do. I see it multiple times per day.
They sure do. There's been a lot more cops on the highway here with the holiday. That's for sure. I haven't seen.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
they are for sure because they're out trying to catch all the people doing stupid shit.
yeah.
Lucky for them, I care more about driving safely than uh, anything else, or I'd take this truck and send their dumbass into a Jersey barrier. Yeah, unfortunately, that does happen a lot. Most drivers, that's everywhere, drive around, act like they're the only ones that matter.
Hey, Frog.
I'm surprised Rabbit ain't been in here.
Yeah, I haven't seen him.
I didn't see him on the last broadcast either. He must have lost his phone or his internet got turned off, maybe.
I don't know. He might be
Okay,
just
I'm
busy.
back.
Welcome back to your
Hey,
show.
kids.
You may have a
Frog.
strike from YouTube tomorrow, but I'm just kidding.
I doubt it.
It wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Good to see y'all. Pebbles. Hi. Happy Thanksgiving to all of y'all.
I'm real surprised Camo Carl and Rabbit both aren't in here.
Well, they're probably passed out on tryptophan at this point. That turkey.
Well, yeah, if they had a bunch of turkey or something, yeah, they're probably passed out from all the food.
Yeah. That's man, I remember the days when I was married and you'd have to go to all the families and you had to eat and it was like, oh.
Well, see, and what you do in that situation, Bonnie, is you eat one item that you like at each place and only eat just the one thing and then go to the next one and eat something different. Instead of getting one big plate at each place, you just grab one or two little items from each place.
Who makes the best of this and that? We got to my daughter's and I'm making the gravy and my son-in-law walks up and he says, "Where's the pineapple upside down cake?" And I said, "Oh, no, you're not pulling that with me." I said you could have one or the other, and you chose peach cobbler. You got your peach cobbler. But I want pineapple upside down cake too. Just like, I'll get you a pineapple upside down cake made sometime in the near future. There's his Christmas present.
Something.
These entitled millennials.
He's a mess.
Eat their cake and have it too.
I told him last night. I said, "You look
Gen
just
Z's
like
not
one of these
much
kids."
better. Sorry, go ahead, Maya. I
And
didn't mean to.
he acts like a big kid, and he's in his 30s, and he's just a big kid.
I
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
blame
nothing.
him on a pineapple upside down cake though. That does sound pretty good. And so does peach cobbler. It's a tough choice.
No, both of those are bad choices. A better choice than those two items would be banana bread or a coconut cream pie. Now those are some good desserts.
They're
We
good.
have a restaurant is famous for their homemade pies, and oh my goodness, you can't decide. So
Or
it's
graham
each time
cracker
it's
crust
one.
cheesecake. Oh baby,
Lemon meringue is like
lemon meringue's
probably
okay. I'm not a big fan of lemon meringue, but it's okay.
that's I like the tarty sour
Sure, I
things.
can see that.
Blackberry cobbler is good. I don't think I've met a dessert
Yes,
I didn't like.
right. And that's I've made cobbler like out of everything. Apple pie. Okay, that's my favorite. I don't know. I like it all.
Well, if you're gonna do fresh apple pie, but then you're gonna have ice cream and with whipped cream on top of the apple
Yeah.
pie.
Maybe have a
Well, not
clove
ice cream,
frog.
lemon cream.
Ice cream right on top of a fresh apple pie, a little bit of whipped cream. Oh, baby.
Cheesecake is always good.
Now, if you do a cheesecake, it's got to be that graham cracker crust cheesecake. And then my grandma also used to do when she was making the cheesecake. She would always take the strawberry flavored Jello powder, and then you make your cheesecake up with a graham cracker crust. Oh man, it was great. I'd
Happy
eat half.
Thanksgiving, Best Bob.
I'd eat half of a 4x9 pan.
Mm-mm.
Are they still putting fruit in Jello? I think they kind of nixed that. Are they doing that again?
There's a few psychotic people that do that.
That's nasty. I'll still eat it
John,
though.
we
Who are
just
we
came to
kidding?
the
He says 20 pounds just listening to it. Uh, Thankfully, John, it don't work
my
that way.
grandmother. My grandmother had a recipe for a homemade cheesecake, and it was not graham cracker crust. It was a um. When I'd roll it out, it was like a um. It wasn't even thick. I can't say like biscuit dough. It was just I don't know, but it was thin, and you line the 9 by 11 pan with it, the glass baking dish, and then put the cream cheese filling in there, and um, then
Interesting.
top it with cherry pie filling. And oh my goodness, I could eat half of that pan by myself way
Right.
back in the day.
Hey, Catherine, if you're going to get a Bentley, you might as well make it one of them self-driving Bentleys that has an autopilot. If you're going to get a Bentley.
Hey, David, happy Thanksgiving.
If you're gonna
Food
get a
talk
Bentley, you
rock.
might as well get a driver to really be able
Yeah,
to enjoy
either
it.
a driver for the Bentley or one of them autopilot self-driving Bentleys if they've invented that yet.
Yes. And I
I
think
just
that
hire a human
whenever I
driver
was off,
personally, but that's just me. Hey, David.
I think when I was off being a chauffeur, I think he had a Bentley, but I turned it down. He was not a good person.
Right.
Nice thing about a
No.
human chauffeur, at least you have someone to bail you out of jail, just in
Right.
case your battery car can't do
Maybe I might just drive off.
that. I might need a new
I'm
driver.
joking. Pecan pie, yeah. Mm.
I'm not
Yeah,
a
we
big
have
fan of
pecans.
pecans, but
Oh, goodness, really?
no.
Pecans and walnuts. Um, I have them in my freezer right now for all
Although
the cooking stuff.
if I'm at the only time I'll do pecans is if I'm at a Cinnabon. They do like a white frosting, the caramel frosting, and then they got like pecans or whatever on top. Uh, that I'll do. You know,
Man, that
My
sounds
granddaughter,
good.
she hadn't had, I know, she hadn't had pumpkin pie before, and so she finally got it last night with a little glob of Cool Whip on top, and walked over there and I said, "Is it good?" And she goes, "Oh, yes." I said,
Kind of
"Uh-oh,
settles your stomach too a little bit. Pumpkin.
yes." I love pumpkin pie too. No, oh,
yeah,
goodness.
pumpkin pie, some whipped cream.
30-mile bike ride tomorrow. Yep. I don't, I don't, I miss all of that, but I don't just crave it. The things I crave are really weird, like sauerkraut and pickles. And, okay, potato salad. I could eat potato salad for every meal.
No, see, I'll go for like chocolate ice cream, gummy bears. Like my sweet tooth will take control of my mind, and I'll find myself at the general Dollar General with like 5 bags of the dollar gummy bear things, just ready to go into a diabetic coma.
I've never really been a candy eater. I mean, once in a while, my grandmother always had the dishes of candy on the coffee table, and it was just really rare if I grabbed a piece of it. The butterscotch hard candies are the root beer barrels.
Those are good.
Those were kind of my favorites, but lemon drops,
Yeah, I
but
mean, lemon
not
drops
real
are good.
often. And then my downfall was pastries, but then I got um, what's it called? Hypoglycemia when your sugar's too low. And so for years, I couldn't have any sugar at all. And then I guess that kind of went away since these Nilla wafers. And I don't know how that happened, why, or anything. They just boom. And they are dangerous. Stay away from 'em. I even sent them to my daughter. I was like, take these, get them out of my house. And then last night at her house, I was all, okay, where's the wafers? I need a few, just 5. Just, and they're minis. So they're little, but I stuck to it, just the 5. Because she just got a little tiny pumpkin pie. She got one store made. And I said, nah, that's not Mounds, candy bars, Hershey's. Yeah. Mm. Got me drunk.
I like the Boston baked beans too. Those are good.
Oh yeah, those are pretty good too. I used to watch kids put those in a soda, like Dr. Pepper or Coke or something.
Gotta have the Mary Janes.
I don't have any of those.
I didn't get much candy as a kid, so I got to make up for it as an adult. Good thing I got a job, huh? And candy's cheap.
Right?
Oh, I know it's so. I don't do it a lot, but every now and then it's like, hey, you know what? You gotta live a little while you're alive. Forget about it. I've never been like all
It's not.
for like the Snickers bars and stuff like that. I do like the Reese's peanut butter cups. Those are amazing. You have to say those are a great idea.
Yeah. My mama used to, her nightstand, that was the hiding place. And she'd have the miniature Baby Ruths, the Mr. Good bars, the Hershey's with almonds, I think, or whatever. Or it was just full of chocolate, whatever. Once in a blue moon, if we were good, we'd get one of those little mini candy bar thing. Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Bruce. One of the kids had me pick him up a candy bar, and I was shocked at the price. They used to be like
50
quarter.
cents. That's what I remember. 50 cents a candy bar.
And $3. No.
It's not worth it.
Mm-mm. Oh, another thing that's super good is those pecan pralines at the Mexican restaurants. The really gummy ones, not the pink hard ones. Those are yucky. But the gummy, oh. But I can only one bite, wrap it up, and save it for the next day. I never could eat a whole anything sweet. It was
myself to not eat the
just
whole
a bite or two and satisfied. You know.
I like those fast breaks too. Those are good.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, they're like a Reese's candy bar with softer nougat. They had some at one point. They had a Reese's candy bar thing with with pretzel on it. That was good too. I don't know. They're just all good.
I could see that. Sweet and salty with a
Yeah, like
pretzel.
chocolate
That
covered
sounds,
pretzels. Those are always a good thing around
yeah,
Christmas time.
yes. Yeah, I used to make those, the chocolate covered pretzels. Chocolate covered a lot of things. Pecans. Now you're getting chocolate covered crickets.
Right.
One of my friends posted that what they're calling it, and it's crickets. It started with an A. Not remember. It's the ingredient that's in there.
Man, that sugar. We all got the addiction one way or another. It's not candy, it's
Know
dessert
it.
itself. You got that little white powder, those little white crystals.
Yeah.
Ever take that away from us, you'll really see the true humanity in our society.
Toilet paper and chocolate for the apocalypse. Yeah. That reminds me, I need to add that to my list. Thank you, Boo.
My chickens love crickets. They'll eat anything though. I
Oh,
got a couple.
yeah.
They haven't been laying for oh man, I want to say almost a month. It feels like, but maybe not quite that long. But then today I checked, I had two. So
Yeah.
maybe they're back in business. They're on strike for a while.
Well, David, you enjoy them. I'm not eating crickets. You know, after seeing Nim's Island, I think I'd eat an earthworm before I would a cricket. I don't know. I haven't tried it. Y'all gonna eat the bugs? Mm, guess it's better than some of the things I've seen people resort to.
I don't know. I mean, in if I have to situation, that's a different story. But I don't think we're quite there yet. I mean, we have plenty of options.
Mm, yes. So I did hear that the big box warehouses are emptying the warehouses. And I'm kind of wondering why. What's up with that? And how are they going to empty them? That means that nothing's coming in.
No, I bet you
And
it's just a holiday thing. They're getting ready for Christmas. They want everything in the store ready to get out of there.
you would you would think that. So I heard that next week Dollar General is going to have all of their Christmas stuff on sale to try and get rid of it cheap. It's not even December 1st yet.
No, but I'm sure, and also they want to get rid of it before the end of the year, right? Because if they have inventory left over, I know that's something that they don't like to do. Do you think there's a
I
conspiracy
don't,
behind it? Are they emptying out the warehouses and they're gonna stop selling us that cheap plastic crap made in China?
I think there's a conspiracy behind everything now. Y'all have
It probably
really,
is. And the truth is, we probably could do with less of that cheap plastic crap we were talking earlier. You know,
yes,
about having too much stuff
yeah.
that's good for nothing, just collects dust and clutters up the place.
It is nice to have a tablecloth that you can wash off, but I prefer the cloth tablecloth. They just look nicer. Of course, not everybody uses a tablecloth either, but I do. If it's especially if it's a dinner where I'm going to have family, even I have used a white sheet folded if I had to. There had to be a covering on the table. I don't know why. Oh, you're in a sleeping bag right now. Are you camping bus stop or just surviving? I know it's ridiculous. The Halloween stuff mixed with the Christmas stuff. That's why I think we've just got too many holidays right there together. That well, Halloween's not a holiday, but
Right. Well, and that's just it. Thanksgiving's a national holiday. Christmas is a religious holiday, and we just celebrate both. They were,
yeah,
I don't know where Halloween fits in, how that became a holiday. I guess, in a sense, it's like a religious thing for some people. I don't know what you'd call it.
candy. You candy addicts.
Well, I mean, And people are just giving it
don't-
away for free, Bonnie. You just got to go to their house and get it. How can that be a bad thing?
I'll become beggars. I know. That's true. It's, I don't know. I don't know what started all that. I'm going to have to look into it. Giving candy. Just,
It is a
I
little
don't
weird.
know.
We're taught not to take candy from strangers, and then on Halloween we dress up in masks
Yeah.
and costumes and go collect all kinds of candy from strangers.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with the economy too. Hilarious too. Elaine, good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. I know you had yours earlier, but uh, I was talking to Nancy several days ago. Nancy Lemix Turtle, she's been up on panel, and she was telling me about this. Uh, she calls it Kingdom Candy, and it's maple syrup and baking soda.
Maple syrup and what? I'm
And
sorry.
baking soda, and it turns out kind of like a peanut brittle. And when you cook it down, and so the object of it is that the candy attracts the big C cancer, and the baking soda kills it. And I said, hmm, interesting. And so I'm trying to get her to come up on panel with me one night and tell me some of these things that she was telling me about. Um, Last night, Remote was on, and I went over there and was listening to him and talking in chat. And I mentioned it, and he said, "Oh, you must have got that recipe from Nancy." Yep, she sent it to me, and because he's fighting cancer again right now. And please keep Remote in your prayers. Yeah, no wonder kids are confused. Absolutely. Brown sugar and pecans. I don't know, but they're good. Yeah, last night there was a few things I went and watched, trying to get sleepy.
Yeah, I had a hard time sleeping last night too. I don't know why. I was just wound up a little. Maybe had too much coffee.
Yep. I, I saw on our neighbor's page, they roast their own coffee, and she said, we kind of over roasted this. We like the medium. If anybody wants it, it's free. And it was a Ziploc baggie just full of coffee. And one of the ladies, I'll take it. Baking soda, apple cider vinegar, water.
I have to tend to my fire. I got to step away for just a moment.
Peach
Please
roll.
excuse me.
Oh, okay. And that's what it does. It brings up your pH. Yeah. And I remember when I was a kid, my grandmother, if we had a upset stomach or bloated, whatever, eaten too much, she would tell me, drink a glass of water with baking soda in it. And sure enough, it would help instantly. That's probably what Alka-Seltzer is, or BC powder. No, BC powder was something else. I don't know. Alka-Seltzer is probably part of that. Catherine, I hear you. I've been on my heating pad past 2 nights. Kind of overdid it, making all that stuff. Frog didn't overdo it. Yeah. I never really thought about the pH, but I guess it's pretty important. Protein drinks are good. It's a good one to have. Meat Puppet, did you fall asleep again?
I think he might have. I didn't want to say anything. This is a very peaceful place. I mean, I don't blame him.
Well, he may be just unloading his truck. That's probably what he's doing.
Oh. Dang, Frog. You make sure to drink some water, too, with all that.
Yeah.
Your pH number is 420.
Have you ever looked into that? I haven't really. I should. I keep hearing that it's
Look into what?
the pH numbers and what you're. I mean, when I did a swimming pool where I worked, we had to check the levels all the time, but what are you unloading? Oh, right, put it in.
Unloading.
He might be on the truck. It's possible. That's why he talks real. I'm sorry, what? You think we probably what?
I think we probably have more like problems with pH and stuff like that, or more concerned with it now because of the processed foods and stuff we eat. It's probably less of a problem back in the day when it was more just natural and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You get minerals from the water. You know, people were drinking well water with whatever minerals were in the ground, and
yeah.
But I see it at the stores. You could buy it at gas stations, bottle of alkaline water, and I guess I don't know.
I don't know either. There's up by my daughter's. There's this rock wall, and there's a stream of water coming out of it. And I thought about, let's see if this is any good. It's got to be spring water if it's coming out of the rock like that.
Well, Probably, yeah. It could be if it. Like I know where I grew up, we had a spring that was only like when the snow melted and the water tables were real high, then water would
Mhm.
come out of it. But at early summer, it was already dried up. And we drank out of that water, but we were kind of feral children. We ate things out of the woods and
Yeah. We
drank
did too.
water. Yeah.
The clover in the yard. Oh, that was so good.
The sour
Love clover.
clover. Yeah.
Yes. And pull the little thing out of the honeysuckle and
Yeah.
get the honey.
Honeysuckles. All kinds of wild berries and
Yes.
apples and yeah.
Dewberries. Mm. Yep.
What are those little when they're not ripe, they look like mini tiny watermelons. I can't like gooseberries maybe. And then when they ripen they turn purple, but when they're green they're like really sour.
Huh.
Maybe gooseberries. I might be thinking of mixing them up, but those I remember eating the crap out of those.
Yeah, we don't have those around here, but I've seen. Um, we have grapes that grow wild, Mustang grapes, and I don't know, not a lot of. The only thing I've seen green is those, and I don't know what they are, but we called them Bogart balls. Seems like they came out of the trees, and they're like the size of a baseball. So of course, it was Bogart ball war. Oh my God, it was poison ivy. Aw. Yeah, I'm allergic to everything, but I don't think, as much as I've been around poison ivy, that I'm allergic to that.
I haven't gotten into it either.
My ex was way allergic to it. And so they say contact, you can get it, but I never did. But I don't know. Of course, I don't just go out trying to play in it or anything.
Go rolling around in the leaves.
Yeah, no, not anymore.
I remember picking the nettles when they're real little, picking
Mm-hmm.
those with my mom and my little sister, and my mom would cook them, make like a spinach out of them. It was actually really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm. And there's probably something medicinal in that too.
I know people drink nettle tea. That's supposed to be good for you somehow.
Yeah. Is there a witch nettle? Witch, no, witch hazel. I don't know. I just heard something about one of those recent. I can't remember what it was. Allergic to poison ivy. Yeah, I don't like itchy things. Those chiggers, they'll cover me in a heartbeat. I don't know why.
I had a battle with the chiggers this last go around this last summer, early fall,
Yeah.
and it sucks. It is the most uncomfortable thing ever.
You can't get rid of that itch. Even on the bottom of my feet, and I'd be just rubbing my foot on the bed railing just to scratch it, trying to go to sleep.
Yeah, I don't remember getting them as a kid. I don't remember having a problem with them.
Mm-mm, me either. But out there at my mama's, they're bad, and so we try to keep the grass cut down. That's supposed to do it, and then seven dust all over the place.
They're
She
probably
did
some bio weapon there.
probably. She did get that um, DE. I don't know how to say the word instead of seven dust the last time because I told her I said there's a healthier one since you have these cats out here. Yeah, I use a baking soda paste to brush my teeth.
Baking soda has been the solution to everything tonight. Shit cures cancer,
Yes,
makes the chicken itch go away. Probably have poison ivy. If you got poison ivy there, brew, put some baking soda paste on that.
yeah,
I use baking soda every time I vacuum. Like I sprinkle it on my carpet because I have a dog
yeah.
and he's he's a wonderful creature and I love him and all, but he stinks.
That's that's one of the first things I prepped was boxes of baking soda because I go through it so much because it's an odor eater. I brush my teeth with it. It's a cleanser. You can clean with it. You can just do everything with it. Baking soda and vinegar. I have gallons of vinegar sitting around too. Once
That
I
was a fun thing to do as a kid, mixing baking soda and vinegar and watching it just go everywhere. That's always a good time.
it's one of my son's science project. We did the volcano with the baking soda and vinegar, and then the girls they did the um, Coke, and I was outside watching them whenever they did that for a project at the school. Coke and what was the candy?
I think Mentos.
I think it was Mentos, and put it in there and it explodes. Cool.
What do you think that does in your stomach?
I know. It's well, the same thing as those pop rocks. You remember those?
Yeah, I do remember Pop
Mm.
Rocks.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I tried a couple in my mouth and was, no, this isn't good. They're exploding. Yep, man-made volcano. I did see, though I don't know if I shared it on the community page, but they were doing there's people who watch these volcanoes all the time, and they said because people are talking about them and how many are going off recently that they said that it's not unusual within a 10-mile radius where volcanic activity is normal. It's not unusual to see that. And I said, well, that's good to know. It's not a sign of the end. Oh my goodness, 49 mosquito bites. Yeah, they're bad. Triggers. My granddaughter's allergic to mosquitoes, and well, I think a few of them are. They get this huge welt just from one mosquito bite. Hot rocks on a torture device. Yes. Yeah, try to get it without aluminum. I think baking powder has aluminum in it too. Yeah.
I didn't know it had aluminum in it. I guess I need to check. I just get the grocery store brand.
Yeah. There's one, it's called Red's something, and you can usually find it in any grocery store, and it's supposed to be better than the Arm& and Hammer. I didn't know there was a difference either. I just thought baking soda was baking soda. Oh my goodness, Frog. I don't know about that.
I just eat them.
That would be,
A whole bag at once. Maybe I wouldn't be able to handle that. Have Pop Rocks coming out of your nose.
no. Excuse me. No, not a whole bag at once. Not good.
You know, at the Dollar General, you could get like a whole bouquet of the Tootsie Pops for $1.
Really?
I saw that. I was like, oh man.
When I worked at the flower shop for Valentine's Day, we would do that. Put like slow pokes and
Yeah,
candy
I've seen
bars.
those.
We would just glue a stick to the back of it and put them in with the arrangement. And some people just wanted a candy arrangement. And just do that. I never did do the fruit arrangement. We didn't. We didn't do that there because that's hard to keep fresh. But I've seen them.
One of my friends at his wedding had a candy table. I was like, what is this? Like, what's the deal? You know, there's just candy bars and all kinds of different candies. You know, it was organized real nice. It wasn't just a bunch of stuff thrown on the table.
Yeah.
You know, it was in glass jars and with tongs and stuff like that. But he's like,
Oh.
yeah, I guess that was an option. You know, when you have the people organizing your wedding, that was a thing. So he's like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. I saw a cute wedding. One of my friends' sons was getting married, and they did it like the 50s with the poodle skirts, but they didn't have a poodle. They had the petticoats under them and the skirt, and but they were playing that 50s music, and seems like everything was that pink and baby blue, the colors that they used back then, even, and I don't know. It was pretty cute. Records hanging on the walls. And,
Like a sock hop or whatever it's called.
yeah, guess that's what it'd be. Sock hop.
What blood type do bugs like? I guess I didn't know they knew the difference.
I didn't either. Yeah, and mine being olive skin too. It's weird. I have always been so white. And it's like I'm getting darker now. The Indians coming out or something. I don't know.
Uh-oh, watch out. Maybe you're getting more sun, getting
I
outside more.
do. That's true because um I do sit in the sun usually in the mornings, but it not since it's been cold, so it's turned to afternoons, but at least 20 minutes a day I sit out there. I just saw a thing about D3 that it has an ingredient in it. Oh, crud. I can't remember what the name of it is. It's something weird. It starts with like a CH, and it is rat poison in D3. What did they tell us to start taking immediately when COVID hit? D3. Just,
Well, now don't we
I don't know.
naturally get that from the sun?
Yes. Yes. And that's what they were saying. Go in the sun. Don't take the D. And also that you can overdose on it. It's not one that, like vitamin C, you can take tons of vitamin C and it's not going to hurt you. But, um, and it was this doctor, he was talking about it, and he said the levels, whenever they test your blood and give those levels, he said it's it's not the correct level. That there's a certain kind of test that you have to do for it, and it that most people are not actually lacking in the vitamin D. I don't know.
I know they put it in milk, right? That's what the red caps are, the vitamin D whole milk.
Yeah. Well,
I
I
know.
think it's a natural vitamin that's in milk is D and calcium, and you know you're going to get some good stuff when you drink milk.
I don't know about vitamin D. I know calcium is. I thought vitamin D is something they added. I know, like in the northern states, like Wisconsin and Michigan, when you only get 4 hours of sunlight during the winter, sometimes it seems like you need that supplement. Well, they think so anyway. That's why they put it in there, from my understanding.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, but then you're getting the processed milk.
I know, like they say, aspartame. That's like a sweetener in rat poison, and they kind of associated that with products that have aspartame in it, so that it kind of like
Hmm.
makes it look bad, but
So
it's
we're
not the
getting
actual.
poison.
Well, the aspartame isn't the part that kills the rat. That's the part that attracts the rat, makes it sweet, so the rat eats it. Right. The poison is another chemical in there,
No, yeah.
but I mean, that the jury's out. I don't know what the whole deal with aspartame is, because some people do avoid it. You know what I mean, and say it's not good for you, or any
Is
of the
that the artificial?
artificial. Yeah, any artificial
Yeah,
sweetener. Yeah.
I can testify to that because my mother and sister were totally addicted to Diet Dr. And um, they were just walking around like ancient old ladies. And then Just one second. Okay, there we go. And then they finally got off of that, and they were out riding bicycles. They were walking up and down that hill. It. The headaches went away. They didn't have the stiff bones, joints, and stuff anymore. So I really think that it does cause a lot of problems. I
I
don't
don't like
drink
it.
diet any, but they say the same thing about corn syrup. And
That's
that's
in
what's in
everything.
the, yes. And it's so weird because I have used corn syrup for years in cooking
Yep.
and
Canola
baking
oil or
things.
whatever it was. Or not canola oil. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, in baking, they use it all the time.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm wondering, is corn really good for you? Is it?
Man, they got everything all twisted again. It's like, are eggs good for you?
Yeah.
It's like, well, if you have that GI problem, you should probably avoid it, is what the doctors say. But I think, it's kind of anything in moderation, right? Even with the artificial sweeteners and stuff, it's not something you should go full on with, but a little bit here and there, you'll be fine. Corn, I mean,
Yeah.
shoot, I've been eating corn my whole life. I'm not dead. As far as I'm concerned, it's good for you. It doesn't give me problems, but
See, and but I know a lot of people that have a problem digesting it. And yeah, Caro syrup. That's what
yes, that's the stuff.
that's what it was. Okay. Thank you. It wasn't corn syrup. But I just I know that it's hard to digest corn, and um just it just seems like, but then whenever you read about the pilgrims and stuff, that was the first thing they started growing was corn.
Most of the
If
corn
it's
I ate was made into like polenta, right? So like it wasn't necessarily how we eat cans of corn and stuff like that. I'm sure the Native Americans and stuff
mhm,
did the same way, grind it up and make it into a flour and boil it into something good,
yes,
you know?
and that I can see that because corn tortillas, they don't bother me. So in that process, maybe it's, but oh my goodness, corn on the cob is so good with butter and salt. Yeah, a Crisco frosting was what I used on all the cakes that I made for the kids' birthdays and stuff.
Well, that
Used a
stuff
lot of
tastes good.
Crisco.
Yeah, it tastes awesome.
Mm, genetically modified corn is not good. Okay.
That's all corn anymore.
Yeah. And that's it. Is maybe that's what it is. We're not getting the real corn like they were eating back then. Cool. Yep. The sun is healing. There's got to be a reason that people have worshipped it, and you see it in everything. Symbols.
Yeah, it makes things grow. It brings life to the land. It's part of the whole thing,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Okay, what haven't we talked about tonight? We've gone
We've
all over
talked a
the
lot, and we actually were successful in not talking about politics and stuff. I don't know if, or like the
yeah.
news that much. You're just kind of.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't want to get into the news. Then I'll be ranting and raving like some of the others are.
Yeah, I have
No.
no idea of what's been going on. I don't pay attention to that anymore.
I mean, I gotta agree with you there. I can't stand green corn. Looks like chewed up pizza. Bird. And yeah, I've heard that too. The brain. You have a good night, Catherine. Thank you for coming in.
Oh, I wonder if we could make that like a study to see if all the bad drivers were drinking diet sodas and all hopped up on the aspartame. It breaks that brain
Right.
blood barrier or whatever. I'm just playing.
Let's start that study. How
It
do we
lets
do
the
a
stupid
study?
in. I think we need a foundation. Once we get a foundation, we can get money from all the millionaires and billionaires, and then we do the study. So we need a presentation. We want to do a study on if artificial sweeteners makes you a jackass behind the wheel of a car when you're driving. So we need,
Well, we know
all the
alcohol.
funds. Send Bonnie your money so we can get this going. All right. Not you, the viewers, but like the corporations and stuff behind it.
Right? It's a science project for humanity.
Yes. It's to help the carbon footprint
A grant.
and
That's what you
global
would apply.
warming. Yeah,
A
grant.
grant. Hmm.
Yeah, foundations. That's a good way of laundering money. I agree.
Right?
And we could be like,
Works for JB.
yeah, we'd be like, how would it be like, oh, what's the word I'm thinking of? Not like a communal foundation, but like I'll launder anybody's money. You just gotta, pay a fee, join the club, and no problem.
There's I've seen channels where they do a poll, and I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna have to ask somebody. And so whenever you go into the chat, it asks you this question when you go in. Can you imagine? I put that one up.
Hey, the cat.
Cat, good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm doing good. We're just sitting here chatting. Yeah. Well, it's been a couple hours. Is there anything you're thankful for, Ronan? We have a lot to be thankful for.
And
No,
that's
we
the
do.
truth. Yeah, and that's the truth. We have so many things to be thankful for every day. You know.
If we're still breathing, we're here. We can still say no a little bit, a lot more than we think.
Yep. We still have free will.
Yes. All the blessings. I was sitting there watching my mother and stepdad, and I was thinking, I'm just amazed that I still have both of my parents. Whoops. I didn't call my dad today. I did text him and say happy Thanksgiving. Gotta remember to. Can you do a belated Thanksgiving? Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Doing it a day would kind of mess me up. Amen. Thankfully awake and loved. Oh, that little one, she was wound up today, and I was just busy with her the whole day. When she put that movie on, well, once I put it on for her, I started watching it and I just conked out.
She put you to bed,
Look up.
huh?
Yeah. And she wanted it like a movie theater. She was all, no lights, no anything. And it was all dark and comfortable, and I just conked. Woke up right when it was over, and I said, okay, that was a good movie. It's a good one. Hilarious too. Thank you. Yep. Amen. All right, y'all. I'm going to close this one down. I really appreciate y'all coming in, and I hope you had a good day and make every day a good day. I think Rescue says that, doesn't he? It is what we make it. No snores. Luckily, she hasn't figured out how to record things yet. There are so many pictures of me sleeping, you wouldn't believe. If I get in a car, I'm out. So the kids have always taken pictures of me sleeping. Mouth hanging open, whatever. Jewel. All right. Y'all have a blessed night, probably weekend. It depends on my internet. We'll see what happens, but I know I'm going to be busy with the girls. Weekends are really busy for me, but I'll try and be back on around Tuesday, maybe. We'll see what happens. Overworked, underpaid. Sometimes I feel that way. Teaching and keeping her safe and entertained and wild 5-year-old. Thank you very much, Brew. You're always appreciated. God bless you all and have a great night, and we'll see you soon. Be kind.